Hello. Welcome back, guys. I have an idea for this sketch. It's not going to be anything crazy. It's basically going to be from the waist up, but I'm going to have it landscape, and I'm going to have her kind of like with her staff across her back of her neck and her arms hanging off of it. So that's what I got planned for this one. Oh, let's do that question thing. All right, fire away. A few minutes of questions. Oh no, the last commission was 80. The types of paper I use. The question is, what kind of paper do I use? Well, this right here is Strathmore tone paper. It came in pads of 22 by 18, but 24 by 18. But what I do is I cut it. With the store I buy from allows me to cut it down to 11 by 17. So I cut the pads down to that size. The sketchbook, the sketch cover I did a few minutes ago. Those are books you buy at comic shops when they're released. And what those are basically just they're the comics inside, and there's a sketch cover in the front, and you take them to conventions or you commission artists online to do the sketch covers like that. And then normally when I'm doing pages, I use Bristol board and get it in pads at hobby shops or like Michael's, art supply stores, Dick Blick, things like that. I use 11 for comic pages. It's 11 by 17 Bristol board. Have you ever worked at twice upsize like Eric Lawson started doing? I would love to start working that big for covers and things like that. Like Adam Hughes works that big. If you ever see Adam Hughes at a convention, his covers are literally, they're huge. They're gigantic and they're beautiful. They're amazing. I would love to work larger if I thought it would make me a better artist, but I think I'm just fine working the standard 11 by 17. What sort of lead do you use in your lead holder? I can tell you right now. Right here. I use HB when I'm doing the commissions, because when I do the pencils for my pages, those are done digitally and printed out on Bristol, and I hand ink those. This is going well. Let's keep it rolling for a couple more minutes. Yeah, and crank out the hearts, guys. Crank them out. Let's see if I can't hit 460,000 a night. What comics are you currently working on? I'm working on my own right now. I'm working on Midnight currently. There's also the free webcomic that will start in January called Aegis. There will be a Kickstarter. There will be a Patreon. You guys will know all about it. If you follow me on Instagram, Twitter as HodgesArt, my Facebook page is HodgesArt, Antis Comics, ANTIIS Comics, all one word, lowercase. Actually, I should put a sheet out before the next sketch to follow us on Antis for Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything. I have a couple different ones. I have the Brick Beige, which is E31. I have the Skin White, which is E00. I have the E95 for some of the pink. I also have R02, which is Flesh. I haven't really used that one yet. I've used that for like lips. But that's about it thus far. I'm going to get a couple more tomorrow, I think. After the morning sketch, I think I'm going to get there's a couple grays I need, and some more flesh tones. Oh, the sketchbook, yes. If you go to Etsy, actually, if you go to my Instagram, in my profile there is my link to my Etsy store, and you can snag my sketchbook. Thank you for reminding me to mention that. You can snag my sketchbook for $15, and that includes shipping for domestic orders. It will be an extra $5 for international. Go and snag my sketchbook, and actually my mailers, I thought they were going to take a couple weeks. My mailers will be here the same day as the books, which is Thursday. So Friday, I will be shipping the sketchbooks that have been ordered thus far. You won't have to wait till the end of September to get it. You'll have it in a few days. Did you use mixed media? Do you mix media, or do you stick with one or the other? No, I mix it all the time. With commissions, it's markers, pencils. It can be ink. There can be acrylic involved, colored pencil. With my pages, I tend to pencil. I tend to lay out and pencil digitally, print out full size on Bristol, and hand ink it. Then rescan it and color it in Photoshop. The Kylo Ren I did last week, the one that I posted, that one, the pencils are done digitally. I printed them out Bristol, like a low opacity blue line, inked it, and then hand colored it up. You'd never know that there was any digital involved in that. But Juan Fernandez, the colorist, he now has the black and white line art, and he's coloring it too. What printer do you use? Printer? Right now I have a Brother for like, and I don't use it for prints except for my pages. I have an Epson, but it needs to either be serviced or I need to replace it so I can do actual prints at home. Like I can do larger prints to take to conventions. My Brother printer is also a full size, like 12 by 18 scanner. So it's a little better. It can be temperamental sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't want to print slightly thicker paper, cardstock, or anything. The 11 by 17 end will print just fine. It's the other end that doesn't want to print that size. So I gotta take the good with the bad. That's why I need to get a really good printer so I can start doing quality prints for conventions, especially with the ANTA stuff. Because I'm primarily concentrating on that outside. It's like, this is why I do these commissions, to supplement my income so I can work on my comics. So when I do the morning sketch, I mean, it's for sale every morning. Oh, tomorrow's morning sketch, since you guys are here, I will tell you who it is, because I'll announce it after I'll officially announce it after at the end of the night before I go to bed. I will be doing the Rocketeer in the morning. So it might have the Betty Page character in it. I'm thinking it will. So it'll be like a Rocketeer Betty Page piece. That will be tomorrow morning's sketch, and that will immediately go for sale on the Etsy store when it's done. So in the morning, and I'm probably going to try and get it started around 8:30 tomorrow, and try and keep it at about 2.5 hours. Wait a minute. Was that Danny? Because that situation sounds way too familiar. Someone asked if I ever had a moment, a fangirl moment with someone I met. Yes. I've had a couple of, I've fanboyed out a few times on some people. I kind of fanboyed on Jim Lee after we did a panel together. The first time I actually got to meet him was we were on a panel together, and after the panel, I went and said hello to him at the DC booth because he was there as I was leaving for the day, and I totally fangirled out. I was like talking a mile a minute. Who else have I fangirled with? Oh, Ben Burt. Me, Adam Hughes, and J. Scott Campbell were at the Gentle Giant party, and we totally got like when we saw Ben Burt, and he was so nice. And I met him a few times after that. In fact, I did a convention with him. I wound up having dinner with him and Dave Acord and Matt Wood at a Jimmy John's in Dallas before a fan days convention a few years ago. That was fun. My wife was there as well. But Ben Burt's a very sweet guy. And Matt Wood and Dave Acord are buddies of mine, so I've known those guys for years. Okay, shoot. One more question, and then I'm going to get working, and then I'll answer a couple more before the last sketch of the night. The last sketch of the night will be the Elsa Star Wars mashup. Part of the anatomy you feel you still need practice from bare feet and hands. Like sometimes my hands are great, I think, and sometimes I think they're god awful. You know what I mean? I still have that thing where I need to practice on my feet and hands. Like when they're in boots, my feet are fine. When they're in like shoes or boots or something, my feet have no problems. And my hands are great when they're in pockets. No, I'm just kidding. Or when they're holding something you know. Okay, do you prefer Etsy or did you shop around for you? Etsy, just a friend of mine recommended Etsy. I don't like eBay. eBay blows. I've never really truly liked eBay. And so I went to Etsy, and I dig Etsy. The problem is that I tend to I'm horrible at shipping things. I love doing people's art. I love getting people's commissions done. I am the worst when it comes to shipping finished art. My Etsy has done well. Yeah, I can't complain. The Etsy's done pretty well for itself. I find that when I do prints on the Etsy, I back myself into a corner. But other than that, pretty good. I have not checked out Store Envy. No. The question is, have you checked out Store Envy? Etsy is not free. There are fees. It's like 20 cents a listing, and then it's like a small percentage on the back end. But it's not like eBay where, you know, I don't like. I just never liked eBay. I mean, it was a necessary evil until these internet stores started popping up. Okay, guys, that's it. Let me get the sketch started. Okay. All right. Let me get this Cheetara going, and keep the hearts going, guys. I appreciate it. Taking the ruler, straight edge. There we go. Wish I knew where my longer ruler was. It's all right. It should be right about here. Fireworks finale. My first time drawing this version of this character, so I've drawn the classic version before. By the way, that's Tom Cruise breathing heavy, not me. Just imagine, like, people going, I knew he was fat, but I didn't know he was so fat he had to breathe like that when he drew. Pull us back a little bit. What I'm going to do with this hand, I'm going to have it on the staff. There it is. I already did the sketch cover, yes. There was a Wonder Woman. It is recorded though, and it'll be up for, it should be available on Periscope, on my Periscope until tomorrow. This time it should be available for at least 24 hours, and then it will go up in my YouTube. I got to get some other videos up. Before I go to bed tonight, I'm gonna at least unload my phone so the files are on my computer, so I can put them up there by tomorrow at some point. Oh, by the way, guys, for those of you who were here when I announced tomorrow morning sketch, can you keep that to yourself until I post it on Instagram? Even to the people who weren't here already, who are in here now, you guys were privy to it to be here for that. I mean, it's not like it's a huge deal. I mean, if someone already said it, I'm not going to be upset about it. But I'd like to announce it and give you guys that little bit of a heads up on who I'm drawing tomorrow morning. Sounds silly, but you know, sorry if I'm not seeing the comments. I apologize. As long as everyone's being cool, I'm happy. Cool, cool. Couldn't be more excited about football season. Sorry, they had a commercial for the league on FX. It just reminded me that football season's right around the corner. A sketch like this, for those wondering, would run you well, this, I mean, you know, honestly, this right now, this is on par with the princess ones I've been doing lately. I'm not going to put I'm not going to go crazy with a background on this. Like I've been putting more characters and backgrounds on my daily sketches, which can be pricey. But with, you know, no background or, you know, anything like that, this right here would be at least a $200 sketch. So when it's done, not the way it looks now. That would just be plain silly. And the next sketch I do will be smaller and will be more of the character. It'll be one of my $120 sketches. It's gonna be a smaller sketch, a little more than a bust. So I'm gonna get her face and then get it colored. So we liking her look? She's a little like Posh Spice, like Victoria Beckham a little bit. I think if there was anybody else I fanboyed around. I'm trying to think. Terry would remember more than I would if that was the case. Like I said, when I meet somebody I really dig and I really like their work and stuff, I talk fast. Excuse me. And for those of you who were not here earlier, I will plug the sketchbook again. The sketchbook is in my Etsy store. You can find a link in my Instagram profile, HodgesArt, if you're not already following me. Sketchbooks are $15. That includes shipping for domestic orders. And they are, and it's $5 extra if you're international. The sketchbooks are, they're loaded with awesomeness. Lots of Star Wars, lots of superhero stuff. There's a whole Antis section. There's some character stuff, and I'm going to be broadcasting live, doing some Antis comic stuff, some midnight stuff, some character. I have to get a banner together. Monday we may be working on the artwork for my new banner. I have to get that ordered ASAP. I doubt I will have it for Long Beach, which sucks because I really need a new banner. Let me see if I can get it rushed. And then we're going to have the Antis banner along with the new banner for my artwork. Well, it's all my artwork, but one promoting my work and one for the comic book company. Back a little bit more for you guys, sorry. I caught that question. No, but don't be shocked if you see a He-Man piece amongst the hero pieces I'm working on for the next couple weeks. for the daily sketches. I have been itching to draw He-Man, and if I wind up drawing He-Man when I do villains afterward, you can be sure I will be doing a skeleton. I've been kind of itching to do that. I've been itching to do a whole bunch of stuff, actually. So that'll be fun when I start working on those. I'll post pictures of all these on Instagram in the morning. We're a couple minutes away from my break, so so think about your questions for when I start the next video, which will be the last sketch of the night. Let's give you that Elsa Star Wars mashup. Already have an idea of what I'm going to do, so I'm not doing Slave Elsa. I've already done that, so I'll be doing something else. Give it a little background color. Keep those hearts pumping, guys. I appreciate the hearts. Alright, well this is done. I'm going to sign it and then I will take my break, and then when we come back we'll do the last sketch of the night. Alright? So let me sign this over here. Alright guys, I will be right back. When I come back, if you have any questions, there'll be time to answer before the next sketch. Alright? See you in about 5-10 minutes.